This is a demonstration of the A10C Warthog startup procedure. First thing we'll do is we'll turn on the battery switch, followed by the inverter. And then we'll go ahead and test the annunciation panel and the warning lights. Looks like all the lights are flashing. Then we'll test our fuel indicator. Should read about 6,000 pounds, 5,900, that's good. And turn on our oxygen. Check for flow. Our oxygen indicator shows that we have 5 liters of liquid oxygen on board. We'll test that, make sure the alarms go off when it gets less than half a liter. And that works. Alright, now we'll go ahead and set our radios, VHF and UHF, AM and FM, to transceiver. And turn on our boost pumps to get ready to start our engines here. All 4 boost pumps, and then we'll go ahead and start the APU, which gets nice and noisy, especially with the canopy open. And you can watch down here and see how it's doing. There's the RPM there is getting up to 60%. When it gets to about 90% is when it usually ignites. Temperature seems to be good, falling to about 400 Celsius. Go. And temperature is still stable. Alright, we'll go ahead and turn on the APU generator, which is right here. And just to make it easier to hear what I'm saying, we'll go ahead and close this canopy. And now we'll go ahead and start the left engine. The left engine is simply started by cracking the left throttle and using the bleed air from the APU to help spool it up. So we'll go here to an outside view, and you can see the left engine is starting to spool up. We want to be good power. You can go back in here and monitor the engine. You can see here on the left column your engine gauges. You've got your temperature over here. It's climbing up through 600 Celsius. We're about 45% RPM, and oil pressure is coming up to about 50. We're already in the green. We're about to ignite there about 700 Celsius. And there we go. Engine is started, and everything's in the green. All good. Our hydraulic pressure on the left is good at about 3,400 psi. We'll go ahead and turn on the left generator, and now we can go ahead and turn off the AP generator. The APU generator, that is.
Springfield 2, tally artillery at Bull 301 for 14.
Alright, next we'll start the right engine. Simply the same procedure. We'll just crack open the right throttle to idle, and this time we'll just look out the window. I can see the right engine starting to spool up there. And once again, we can monitor the engine here on these gauges. Once again, we've got our temperature here going to 550 Celsius. RPM and oil pressure is rising. So I'm just getting ignition here right at about 700. There we go, and oil pressure is good, right up at 60 psi. We're stable at 60% RPM, and our hydraulic pressure is good at 3,400 psi. I'll go ahead and turn on our right AC generator, and now we don't need our APU anymore, so I'll go ahead and turn that off. And go ahead and do our flight control check to make sure everything's working, but before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the CDU and EGI to get our GPS and INS systems aligned and calibrated, because that takes a few minutes. So I might as well get that going as fast as we can.
Springfield
Alright,
2,
now we'll go ahead and do
descending
flight
bandit
check.
at bullseye
Flight control
326
check. Make
for
sure all
7.
our controls are free and easy.
Springfield 2, tally
And
utility
they seem
at
to be at
bullseye
least moving.
309 for 14.
Double check they're outside. Make sure they're actually functioning correctly. So here we got right aileron, left aileron, right rudder, left rudder, up elevator, down elevator, and go ahead and lower flaps.
Springfield 2, slash bandit at bull 333 for 7 at 6,000.
Next, we'll open up
Springfield 1,
our
descending
air
bandit
brakes.
at bullseye 317 for
See,
6.
it's actually our ailerons to split open like that, so makes some pretty nice air brakes, which I think we want to keep closed for takeoff. But at least they seem to be working just fine. Alright, now we're back here in the cockpit. Next on our list is to uncage the secondary attitude indicator. Let's set the pitch there. Okay, and now we'll go ahead and turn on
Springfield 2, slash bandit at bull 331
and
for
put that
7
to daylight
at
position.
5,000.
Put this one here to daylight. And we'll go ahead and turn on our CICU and set our IFCC to test position. And now you can see we got the test prompting here for pre-flight bit test. And we'll hit enter for yes. So it'll take about a minute to run. Next we will turn on our left and right yaw and pitch SAS, which is right here. And set our elevator trim to take off, and it looks like it's already there, so we're good. We'll just wait for those screens to come on, and we'll be good. Okay,
Pull up, pull up. Altitude, altitude.
we'll go ahead and load the data from the data cartridge, put it at the bottom of the airplane. That'll take about 15 to 20 seconds. And looks like our bit test is done, so we can go ahead and exit out of there.
Springfield 2,
And we can go
slash
back down
bandit
here
at bull 328
and
for
set
7
our
at
IFCC
3,500.
on. Now you'll see our heads-up display
Springfield 2,
appears like
in from
normally
the east,
expected to.
engaging AAA at bull 307 for 10.
And looks like our data is loaded. So we'll go ahead and set this to CDU and set the screen to TAD. We'll get our map up. We'll go ahead and put our flight plan overlay on the TAD screen. The knob there, so
Springfield 2,
now you can
kill
see our flight
AAA
plan
at
right
bull
there.
307 for
And we'll go
10.
ahead and turn on our JTS,
Springfield 2,
JTRS
in from the
data
east,
feed.
engaging armor at bull 318 for
We can
9.
get reconnaissance information. And then we'll go ahead and set up our countermeasures. And set our CMSP to standby and our chaff and flares, ECM jammers. Get them ready. Next thing to do is set up our navigation system. Looks like, alright, we've got a 1.6 error right now. As soon as it gets down to less than 1, our INS and GPS systems should be ready to go.
Springfield 2,
So we'll have to wait a
kill
little bit
armor
on
at
that.
bullseye 320 for 9.
And okay, looks like we're good to go. We're at 0.8. So we'll go ahead and select nav here and select our nav mode to EGI. And then we'll find these switches hidden underneath the throttle. And we'll arm our EAC and turn on our radar altimeter. Turn on anti-skid. And turn on our nose wheel steering, which is a good thing since my left brakes don't seem to work too well for tractor steering anyway. And last on the list is to arm the ejection seat. So there you have it. We finally completed the startup procedure for the A10C Warthog, and just to prove that in fact the engines are running and everything seems to be a go, I will proceed to taxi out. Don't know how to get taxi clearance, but it doesn't seem like there's too much traffic around here anyway. I'll try to keep off the grass here. Just so everybody knows, no grass was harmed or killed in the making of this demonstration. Surprisingly enough. Alright, well, I don't know how to contact Tower to get the takeoff clearance.
Springfield 2, in from the northeast, engaging armor at bullseye 311 for 7.
It does sound like everybody's busy shooting each other anyway.
Springfield 2, kill armor at bullseye 309 for 7.
And I don't see anybody on short final, so I'm going to go for it. About 60 knots, I'll go ahead and disengage the nose wheel steering. Airspeed's alive, 60 knots. At 150 I'll rotate. We're at 90, 100, 110, 120, 130.